his chance at stardom.
Wright with a solid little right hook inside.
The other seeking his former brilliance.
Mosley lands a big right hand, and another one.
8 months ago, Winky Wright and Shane Mosley squared off for the undisputed 154-pound championship.
Wright caught him with a right hook and a left cross. Round 3 comes to a close as Mosley tries to flurry offensively, and Wright bangs him back hard twice in return.
One man putting forth the fight of his life.
Another right hand to the body. Winky certainly up to the body.
The other searching in vain for an unlikely turnaround.
Hard left hand and a hard right hand by Wright. Both back Mosley into the corner. Mosley trying to come back with power shots of his own. Shane wants to answer, but Winky is targeting him. Wright hammering Mosley around the ring with rights and lefts.
One man earning the signature win he had long sought. The other left to ponder his fistic fate.
Most boxing fans probably expected it would be a big night for Shane Mosley. Instead, it appears to have been a big night for his opponent, Winky Wright.
Tonight, they meet again to put their futures into focus.
Good evening, good morning. Thanks for staying up to be with us in the early hours of this Monday morning. And we're going to show you the first of what is 4 weeks of fantastic fights taking place in Las Vegas in the run-up to Christmas. This is the Wright-Mosley rematch, and here are the men in black to tell you about it before we actually see the contest. Starting with Steve, because they fought only, 8 months or so ago, and it was a cakewalk as far as Wright was concerned. So why are they back in the ring so soon?
Well, quite simply, there was an illegal rematch clause in the contract. You're not meant to have them according to the Muhammad Ali Act, but there was one in this fight. But there's another point, John, and it is that the last 2 rounds, Mosley won the last 2 rounds on almost every single judge's scorecard. And there's always that doubt. Did Mosley have a bad night? Did Wright just fight out of his skin? Can he repeat it? So there is a genuine reason for this taking place again. But the main reason, let's not forget it, is the lawyers, the contract, and let's get that rematch on.
And Mosley has decided to get rid of his dad from his corner. Why is that?
Yeah, no, Jack. He's now got Joe Goosen training him. And, well, he looked, by his own standards, he was a pale shadow of what he'd been 3 years ago. You know, you're talking about a guy who was one of the best lightweights who we've seen in recent years. At that weight, Shane Mosley was absolutely extraordinary. At light middleweight, he just hadn't got it on the night, and he couldn't cope, for the most part, with the southpaw style of Winky Wright.
Is Mosley a fading power? He's only won 1 of his last 6 contests, and if he isn't, what did he have to do in this fight to actually, you know, upturn the odds?
Well, the thing is, I mean, Mosley is a world-class fighter. It was only a few years ago people were saying he's the best pound-for-pound boxer, so great fighter. In this contest, I think he's just got to get round that jab of Winky Wright. Winky Wright doesn't do anything spectacularly, he just does the fundamentals very well, the basics, works well behind the jab. I think last time out Mosley allowed him too much space, too much time to work behind that jab. If he gets past that jab, then he might be in with a chance tonight. But for me, Winky Wright, very underrated fighter, does everything extremely well.
OK, well, let's see the contest then. Describing the action for you are Duke McKenzie and Jim Neely. And first of all, here's Michael Buffer doing what he does best.
And now, for the thousands in attendance here at the Mandalay Bay of Las Vegas and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing light blue with black, official weight 154 pounds, professional record 39 victories, including 35 knockouts, with only 3 defeats and 1 no decision. From Pomona, California, the former lightweight, former welterweight, former super welterweight champion of the world, Sugar Shane Mosley. And his opponent, across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing dark blue with white, official weight also 154 pounds, professional record 47 victories, including 25 knockouts, with only 3 defeats. From St. Petersburg, Florida, presenting the reigning, defending, universally recognized, undisputed super welterweight champion of the world, Ronald Winky Wright.
Well, introductions seem a little bit on the superfluous side, but time now for final instructions from Joe Cortez. This is 167th world title bout. A top-class referee for a top-class event.
All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I expect a good, clean fight. Abide by the rules by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. I'm here to enforce them. Give me a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Remember, guys, I'm fair, but I'm firm. Touch them up. Go.
Well, he's been saying that for a long time, Joe Cortez. I'm fair, but I'm firm, and he certainly is. And a little smile on the face of Shane Mosley. Much more impassive the look on the face of the defending champion, Ronald Winky Wright. Here we go. 12 3-minute runs for the WBC and the WBA light middleweight titles. Ronald Winky Wright, all in black with a little bit of white trim. The southpaw did hold the IBF version, but that's disappeared due to a contractual problem. Nassim Umar is the man who now holds that title. Took it from Verno Phillips, or fought Verno Phillips, that particular title. So can Shane Mosley turn back the clock a few years? Feelings that he may just have been on the slide following that second sensational victory over Oscar De La Hoya. It was a comfortable win in the end for Ronald Winky Wright last time out in March. 6 points, 6 points and 4 points, the judges' margins there. Different judges, different referee this time. QBL from Nova Scotia, Dwayne Ford, Nevada, Tom Kazmarek from New Jersey, and of course Joe Cortez in the middle.
It's a good start by Mosley. You know, he's made a very good start. He's trying to work head and the body, all right. You know, Winky's taking the fight to him as the champion. Not quite the right tactics. He doesn't have to, you know, Mosley's got to make the fight. It's Mosley's the one that has to redeem himself.
And Mosley looks very solid, he looks in very good condition. Remember, he basically was a lightweight who moved up, skipping out light welter, going to welter, and then light middleweight. But he's not carrying too much in the way of extra flesh the way he was perhaps the last time. And this is a very lively start by Shane Mosley. Doug Sugar, real name Shane Daniel Dante Mosley. That's a bit of a mouthful. Winky Wright is plain old Ronald Lamont Wright from St. Petersburg in Florida. Good bit of professional boxing by both of them. Joe Cortez hasn't been involved. Good solid looking right hand there by the challenger Mosley.
You know, both boxers are really fired up for this one. You know, they're both throwing plenty of shots, plenty of good movement. But Winky's just an absolute consummate pro, you know, just doing everything behind that well-educated southpaw right-handed jab.
Well, he's been regarded as one of those very good world champions who just sort of crept up on people. Lost in the early stages in a world title challenge, but then came back and learned from that mistake. Very much the outstanding boxer in this division at the moment. Not much between them in terms of height, perhaps half an inch just favouring Winky Wright. But Mosley, incidentally, is reckoned to have the longer reach.
Well, Mosley, you know, he's come up from the lightweight, you know, right through to light middleweight now. He's not a big light middleweight, he's not a genuine light middleweight even, but you know, he's at lightweight, he was just pound for pound, obviously the best fighter on the planet. It was fantastic.
Wright has been at this 154 division all the way through his professional career. Little smile on the face of the champion as he gets out of the way of a wicked looking shot from Shane Mosley, and a lot of respect there. A lot of respect. The Birmingham stand and Mike in Wright's corner, as well as Keith Stewart.
Keep the jab on his ass. More left hands this round. When you end up inside, let that hook go. Let the step back hook go. Get room.
Gotcha.
All right?
Gotcha. That's so perfect. That's so perfect what you did. Let's not change
Joe Goosen, the man who's taken over from Jack Mosley, Shane's dad, as his main trainer.
Here's that water, don't spill it. You hear me? A couple deep breaths now. Real good. Just be sharp and cool like you are. Don't waste nothing. We got plenty of condition. Don't stand in front of him and let him touch you.
Well, nice and calm in the respective corners just after 3 minutes. The schedule, remember, for 12. So out they come again. Shane Mosley in the very pale blue and black, with that nickname of his, Sugar, emblazoned on the waistband. Just that little bit shorter and very chunky looking. Good switch hitting by Winky Wright. Left hand went into the body, and there's a good right hand round the corner. And it was that left hand, or right hand I should say, of Ronald Winky Wright, that southpaw right, that caused all the problems for Mosley last time out, and he's got him again with it.
He certainly has. You know, Mosley looks really fired up. He knows that this could very well be, you know, his last big bite of the cherry, but he's got a very good champion in front of him in Winky Wright. He has to try and counter the southpaw lead. He has to keep his left foot on the outside of the right-footed southpaw, come over the top with jabs. But he's doing a lot of nice lateral movement. He's not allowing Winky to tattoo him with the jab.
Mosley made a couple of very interesting decisions in his choice of opponent in the last few years, and unfortunately for him it hasn't worked out terribly well. Good solid right hand once again by the champion, Ronald Winky Wright. Again, Mosley a little bit static there on the flats of his feet. There's not a lot of lateral movement there. Wright covering up quite nicely, as you'd expect from the champion.
So what Mosley's doing, he's trying to feint with the head and the hands and just look for little openings. He's not trying too much, he's not trying to be flashy or anything, he's just trying to find that little opening. It gets picked up with a straight left like that. You know, Winky Wright is just a consummate professional. His punch economy is brilliant.
Look, and he's pleased with himself, absolutely, Duke. He's really pleased with himself. And he's got that lovely high guard, and that's going to be very difficult for Mosley to break down, as was the case last time out in March in this very ring.
Winky just doesn't waste a shot. If the punch doesn't land, he doesn't throw it. He's one of them.
And having won last time against the much vaunted Sugar Shane, he's come into this with increased confidence, just nodding away and talking to himself and talking to Mosley. And again, that right hand of his is the difference between the two of them at this stage. Mosley trying to work to the body, and Wright not only has the hands up beside the face, he's got the elbows well tucked in, so there's not much of a target there.
There's no target at all. You know, he's got a very good jab and watertight defense.
Better by Mosley, just doubled up the shot, body and then head with that right hand of his. But again, he gets peppered with the southpaw right from the champion. 10-second clapper.
Watch the head.
A lot of respect between both boxers. Little head infringement there, but you know, both prepared to say, you know, I'm sorry for that.
And again, a little slap of gloves. Another busy ride, not much between them, but the right hand of Winky Wright the difference.
Let your hands go more. Come on.
You feel good, huh?
Breathe.
Let him go. He there, Wink.
Breathe.
You put the pressure on him, he going, Wink. Then let your hands go like Dan say. You gotta make him fight, make him burn in.
Let your hands go.
Yep, Mr. Mosley Senior. And a rare ringside seat for him. Normally he's right in there with all the regalia on, giving instructions to his boy, but it's Joe Goosen who's taken on that mantle. How successfully? Well, we'll find out.
It's a good choice, I believe. I think Goosen is one of the best trainers in the world.
Well, the Goosens, like the Patinellis, have been around boxing for probably more years than any of us care to remember, and with terrific success. Better by Mosley, the challenger, just brushing aside the arms of the champion at this stage. Back comes Wright.
Nice little combination from Mosley there, but you know, he's got that watertight defense from Winky. Good exchange by both boxers. Winky's trying to force this fight and wants to make it into a high-pressured fight.
Good solid left hands coming in from the champion. And Mosley under a little bit of pressure from the first time, comes back well though with the left of his own. Again, that left hand of the champion is catching the challenger.
But Winky's not prepared to take the backward step. Just wants to keep forcing the pace, keep pushing Mosley on the back foot, keep tattooing him with the jab.
There's that lovely right-left combination again from the champion, and he gets those hands up to the side of his face almost immediately. And if anybody's thinking of taking up this particular sport, they could do a lot worse than look at Winky Wright's style.
Well, he's a perfect boxer, if you like, a box fighter. He's got good variety, good hand speed. Knows how to shorten his punches when he gets on the inside. And against a smaller opponent, that's the hardest thing to do.
Well, he showed good variety there. Moving a couple of times to the body. That one didn't please Joe Cortez. Keep it up. There's that straight left. Feinted with the right, delivered the left.
So head's winning again there, and you see as they come in close, it's Mosley who wants to tie up Winky Wright on the inside. This is good boxing from Mosley, though, you know, because he's peppering Winky with 2 or 3 little sharp counter punches. You know, he's giving nothing away.
Not sure that he's really landing, though. A lot of that's been soaked up in the gloves and forearms. Little cuff around the ear from Winky Wright, as if to say, you're the challenger, but I'm the champion. But back comes Mosley. That's good work on the retreat by the challenger. Watch the head. First time Wright's complained. Didn't like that one.
As the pace of the fight slows, you've got to fancy Winky in terms of power, being a naturally, genetically bigger man.
And in terms of punch power, that advantage would be with Shane Mosley, who stopped 35 of his opponents and 39 victories. Wright has only got 25 KOs from his 47 victories out of 50 fights, so Mosley perhaps the harder puncher.
That's why he stalled out here. Did you know that? And then backed up when you came out and take some deep breaths. We're just getting going now. Look at me. You've got to have this mentality. We're just getting going. We're going to save the best for later on for this guy. You just keep picking, being calm and cool. Keep the walk cool.
Put some ice on my neck.
Put some ice on the neck. You understand what I'm saying? Keep him, look at me, Shane. Keep him turning. Okay, keep him turning. Use your feints a little bit more in jabs, drawing him into a feint. Draw him into the feint.
Well, a little bit of action from that round, which is a very interesting round. Mosley a little bit static. That was a terrific left from the champion, Winky Wright. Caught him absolutely flush, and it's all about being first to the punch, and although Mosley was second there, he came back very quickly with a good combination.
Seconds out.
Well, I've got to say, Joe Goosen was Mr. Cool himself. Not even a raised voice. Wonderful, wonderful piece of corner work there.
Also, what Goosen done is kept saying to Mosley, look at me in the eye, make sure that he had that respect and that eye coordination going on in there. It's fabulous corner work, it really is.
But it's all about the man who's in the ring. Can he translate those words into some action? Hard one to call at this stage, but I reckon Winky Wright has just been doing enough just to keep his nose in front. But still a long way to go. Not even a third of the way through this scheduled 12-rounder. Both boxers in excellent condition. Both came in at exactly 154 pounds. Spot on the limit.
I think Winky's just got it, like you say, he's got his nose in front because he's the aggressor and will always be prepared to take the centre of the ring and win the fight right from there.
That left hand of his is catching Mosley. And it's Wright who's coming forward now. Mosley's on the retreat and he's just walking backward in a straight line, which will not please Joe Goosen.
What Mosley has to do, he has to try and find something to get Winky's respect. Has to try and find a punch to land to get his respect, to stop him from coming forward, keep dictating the fight.
Both boxers with just 3 defeats on their record. Mosley twice to Vernon Forrest and once to the man in front of him, Winky Wright. Wright to Fernando Vargas, to Harry Simon. And his very first loss was Julio Cesar Vasquez. At the very early stage of his career when he was still quite young, but he certainly learned from that.
Come on, guy, what the head?
Cassius Styles, that's why they keep having these little head sort of butts going in. It's not intentional on either boxer's part. But right here is where Mosley needs to stand his ground and fight. You know, he's doing a good job on the retreat. He's counter punching really well, but he's got to try and take this to Winky if he can.
Mosley shipped a good right hand and got one of his own in, but the first one from Wright was an absolute corker. And look at Wright trying to cut that ring off. He's leaving Mosley nowhere to go except to come forward, and that's going to suit Wright. Again, that southpaw jab of the champion is catching his man. Mosley desperate now to try to find an opening. And again, the champion puts him on the back foot. Joe Cortez not allowing them to mix it up inside. Good refereeing. Solid right hand from the champion. Mosley says, well, okay, fair enough. Little tap of gloves again, but not with the same enthusiasm as for the previous couple of rounds. So how will they judge this one in the Mosley corner?
Your body on him, turning him, then giving him that punching room right there. You know what I'm saying? Because you're getting your best shots. You're getting your best shots when you're off on angles and closer to him. Now you gotta, hey.
Use the feint and follow it with the left hand sometimes. A jab, 1-2, all right? Feint, 1-2, bang, then slam the body.
Slam the back.
Spread the grease around on his face a little bit.
You hurt him, Wink. Just keep the jabbing, like Dan said. Trick him with the jab and throw the left hand.
Well, you wonder what's going through the mind of Mosley Sr. Not in his favourite perch by any means, I'm sure.
Start cracking him that body a little bit more. You notice his hands are coming down, Shane.
Seconds out.
His hands are coming up.
Seconds out.
A packed house, as there was in March. When the WBC, the WBA and the IBF light middleweight titles went home with Ronald Winky Wright. So 1/3 gone. What do you reckon, Duke?
Well, again, I just feel that Wright's just got his nose in front and he's winning the fight. Winky's got to try and, you know, force the fight. He's got to make the pace. He's got to really try and push Winky Wright back on the back foot and keep him on the back foot. Just towards the end of the round previous to this, he just started it, but he's just, you know, he needs to capitalise on what he's doing now.
That's better by Mosley, the challenger. Too solid looking right hands. The second certainly got through, and there's a good left by Mosley. And remember, he can punch quite a bit. Oh, it's a good solid shot once again goes in from Mosley. And look at Winky Wright, this is extraordinary. He took a shot flush in the chin. He dropped his hands as if to say, whatever you've got, I can take it and a little bit more. Come on. Well, they're up on their feet here. This is an incredible performance from Wright. I'm not sure it's the right thing to do, no pun intended.
Well, Winky just dropped his hands and told his staying. He just invited Sugar Shane Mosley to hit him.
Well, he's got those hands back up again. Maybe he feels that it wasn't the wisest thing. Well, what must be going through Mosley's mind now against the man who stood there? It was a good right hand once again by Mosley. Well, this really has livened up. There's not much movement from either of them. They're standing toe-to-toe. And, you know, in this sort of a contest, Mosley might just be the stronger of the two.
A lot of Mosley's knockouts have come at lightweight. And again, you know, he's got a big man in front of him for him to stand and trade and unload like this. What courage, what determination. This is world-class boxing at its best.
Well, Mosley hasn't had a knockout win since he stopped Britain's Adrian Stone in Las Vegas in July of 3 years ago.
But that exchange would have taken more out of Mosley than it would have done out of Winky Wright. You know, he's loaded up, put plenty in, and now feels just slightly shot his bolt. And what we've got is the return. This is Winky Wright's turn now to take it to Shane Mosley.
Wright obviously fancies the job inside as well as at long range. And he's got Mosley on the back foot again, so have we seen the best of Mosley? He's still thumping away. There's a good left from him, and there's a very low-looking shot. Joe Cortez passed it. And Mosley trying to dig in underneath the right elbow of the champion. What a round this has been. This has not been a round for the faint-hearted at all. And there's nothing faint-hearted about these two. Terrific left hand by the champion at the end of the round. A blistering round, and look at that. And look at Ronald Winky Wright. Says, come on. Come on.
Steps you jab your way in. Okay. You don't walk in like this.
Don't do that, Wayne. Let them put some pressure on this sucker and get his hands out of there.
Well, they weren't too happy with the earlier part of that round when Ronald Winky Wright just dropped his hands and said, come on, let's see what you're made of. That really could be catastrophic for any boxer, especially at this level, and especially with somebody as good as Mosley. What was he thinking of? Look at the smile on his face. He took two very solid shots.
All right, seconds out.
There's a wee faraway look in the eyes of Shane Mosley, however. Well, this one really has come to life. It was bubbling and simmering, and now it's really boiled over. Coming up to the halfway stage.
It was a crazy thing to do by Winky Wright, inviting a known puncher in to just unloading him, but I feel he was just trying to break Mosley's heart, just to say to him, you know what, throw what you want, I can take anything you can do, but the corner just absolutely got it right. You know, why take an unnecessary risk? Well, we had the same thing with Ricardo Mayorga, did the same thing to Vernon Forrest, but he broke Vernon Forrest's heart. It worked there, but I'm not so sure it works in this fight.
This is quite fascinating. This is a much more even contest than the first one, which was won comfortably by decent margins by the man all in black, Ronald Winky Wright. Back to the same pattern as the opening couple of rounds. Wright stalking Mosley and getting in first with that southpaw lead of his. Lovely little right hand just up underneath the guard from Shane Mosley. There's still plenty left.
It's not very often that a return fight surpasses the expectations of the first fight, but this one has.
Well, we only have to look at the three classics between Arturo Gatti and Mickey Ward, which will go down in boxing annals. Again, Wright not happy with the head. I don't think it was deliberate. Good footwork this time by Mosley. That's a lot better from him. He actually just got in and out again very nicely, and he's used that left pretty well in this round. Bit of urgency now in the work of Wright. He's just bobbing and weaving. That's a fast left hand.
Yeah, Wright's got to take the play away from Mosley. You know, he's allowed Mosley just to have an excellent last round.
Well, of course, as the challenger, you've got to take the title away from the champion. And so far, Mosley really hasn't been coming forward enough.
Mosley looks a little bit arm-weary in this round. The snap isn't behind the punches like it was obviously in the round previous.
Again, that solid defence of Wright is standing him in good stead. He gets clattered around the ribs, but it doesn't seem to bother him, such as his excellent conditioning. And a good exchange. Better rhythm now from Mosley. All of a sudden, he's looking a little bit more fluid. Got caught with the left.
I think that previous round has taken a lot out of Shane Mosley. I just feel that he's, you know, every now and again that mouth drops open, which shows he's taking big gulps of air.
And Winky Wright says to the crowd, come on, I'm the champion, you're supposed to get behind me.
Keep short stepping. That's all you got to do, Wink. That's all you got to do. Keep the feint working. Breathe. Relax. Relax, but you're winning. Feint. Keep the feint working. You feint and then open up. Feint and open up sometime. He's not seeing the left hand. Keep that left hand pumping. Keep that left hand pumping. Come on.
Well, not much Vaseline needed there. A little bit of old scar tissue around the right eye of Winky Wright.
Breathe. Swallow.
Okay. And it's by going to that body. It's by not. If you touch him with a couple of short shots, I need some big shots after that.
Well, two greats, Bernard Hopkins and Oscar De La Hoya. Great rivals in the ring, great friends out of the ring. Everybody who's anybody in boxing is here to see this battle of two consummate professionals. And at the moment, well, Ronald Winky Wright, for my money, is the man ahead.
Winky could possibly be a challenger for Hopkins later on down the road, and that's why he's here, to see what the opposition could be. What a great fight that would be.
Hopkins and anybody, it was a great fight. Good solid right went in there from Winky Wright. We're into the second half of this one now. This is round 7, scheduled for 12, remember. WBC and WBA, the two senior governing bodies, you'd have to say. Light middleweight titles at stake.
Mosley just trying to find a way to get through that watertight defence of Winky Wright. Just finding it so difficult, you know. You know, they say southpaw should be drowned at birth. They're just so difficult to beat, and you can see why.
Well, if they're all drowned at birth, they wouldn't have boxing, Jim. This timing there by Wright, the left hand just slid round the back of Shane Mosley. He needs to get back to some sort of a rhythm again.
Oh, cracking straight left, right down the pipe from Winky Wright.
And again, repeats the dose.
Using that height and that reach, real good effect now.
Back comes Mosley, slashing right hand. But the defence of Winky Wright has been terrific all the way through.
All right, stop. One more thing.
You know, the hardest thing in the world is to fight as a counter-puncher in a fight when you're on the retreat constantly. When you've got a big guy in front of you, it's even harder. This is what Winky Wright's applying, his steady pressure, but Mosley's finding it ever so difficult now. You know, he's starting to feel the pace of this fight.
Well, the question has been asked for a couple of years, is he strong enough at this sort of weight? He was an excellent lightweight champion, an excellent welterweight champion. Light middle, maybe just a little bit too much for him. Solid left again from the champion. This is probably the most dominant round for Winky Wright so far.
This is what Winky does. He doesn't get excited. He just grinds his opponents down. You know, they just can't seem to impregnate that southpaw style. He's just a dogged professional. He really is. Doesn't do anything exceptional. Just does the basic things well.
Mosley's mouth is open. He's really trying to dig into the body, but he looks a little bit weary. Good pressure at the end by Mosley, but head in the face, and don't hold from Joe Cortez to Winky Wright. Hard round, but a very good round for the champion.
He's already dog-tired, and I need every round here. Do you understand me?
Lean back.
Do you understand me?
Lean back.
No more backing up on this guy now. Take some deep breaths. You look great. I'm telling you, that right hand is killing him. That right uppercut and that right hand to the chin. When you throw it straight and come around, back in here, it's killing him. Take some deep breaths through your nose.
Lean back a little, please.
Shane, we're going to win this fight. It's the last thing we do tonight. We're going to win this fight. You hear me? Okay. That's all.
After Michael Clark Duncan, they really do come out in force, don't they? Boxers, Hollywood stars, television stars. They all love the fights.
All right, seconds out.
A little bit of calm now. They know that this is another classic in the making.
Well, let's see if Mosley can do what his corner instructed him to do. You know, they know that he can't afford to lose any more of these rounds. He's just got to really, you know, bite the bullet, take the fight to this guy.
Back out. Yeah, watch your feet.
Good riposte by Mosley. He got himself caught, and that's more like it from Mosley. And Wright really has to cover up. And they're starting to get on their feet now. Sugar Shane boxing pretty sweetly. He's really getting into the champion. Perhaps for just about the second time in this contest. Watch the heads from Joe Cortez. Can Mosley sustain this sort of pressure? We've seen him in the past, and certainly in the last fight he couldn't. But he reckons he's about 25% better in terms of shape for this one.
Well, you can bet your bottom dollar that Mosley's done a lot of work on the heavy bag. You know, trying to push it back and pounding it, because he's prepared to stand and trade in the later part of this fight. You know, it's a test of endurance and fitness from here. Really biting on that gum shield and digging in these shots.
This is a better run from Mosley. There's that left hand from him again. Wright has soaked it all up, and he's coming back at him.
Fantastic left hook right round the guard to southpaw right jab.
Mosley's just eased off a little bit and he allowed Wright to get in first. Well, they said to him in the Mosley corner, don't be backing off at all, and he certainly hasn't taken a backward step in this round, and it's proving to be his most successful round. So Wright had a very good round in the 7th, and so far, although Mosley did get caught with the left, this is his round. But he does look tired, indeed they both look tired. They've sucked up an awful lot.
Both boxers now, you know, there's no real spin in this step. They're just prepared to stand and unload with heavy punches.
Come on, let's go. Stop holding the head, stop holding the head.
Good hold on the back of the head, not for the first time from Joe Cortez to Ronald Wright, the champion.
All right, stop.
I'd like to see Winky start throwing some uppercuts on the shorter opponent. You know, perhaps a left uppercut. He's prepared to throw jabs and hooks predominantly.
Mosley just trying to keep that right hand away from him. Good defense again by Wright, but Mosley gets a couple of shots straight through the middle.
It's a good round. It's a good round by Mosley.
Let him out.
I spent, you know, large parts of it on the retreat, but he's landed the bigger shots, the snappier combination punches.
And Winky Wright acknowledges that. That was a good round for Shane Mosley.
Turn it on him and listen to me. You have to listen to this. Remember I told you we were going to turn it on him in the second half of the fight? This is what you're doing now. This is what you're doing. You're killing him. Now, no matter how many punches you're throwing, nothing stops us. Nothing stops. Do you hear me? Nothing is going to stop us. You keep staying inside with them. Get your hands back up, keep them short, and be explosive. Those right hands are killing. You can't take it much longer. Okay? Don't go overboard, but you have to be steady, just like you did when you worked in the gym, when you worked on the inside shape. Nice.
Well, that's terrific advice in the corner from Joe Goosen, and he got it absolutely right, because Winky Wright was on the back foot and he was soaking up a lot of those shots, but they're really tiring and they're really taking the steam out of his arms, and that was a wonderful round the corner, slicing right hand from the challenger.
Now, a good corner can win or lose you a fight, and right now, you know, Mosley's corner doing the absolute right thing. The tactics are out the window. It's not about tactics now, it's about keeping your man, keeping his mind on the job, keeping him pumped up, keeping him fired up.
Well, we see so many successful father-son combinations in terms of sons doing the boxing and fathers doing the coaching and the training and everything else. A lot of the time it works, sometimes it doesn't, and after the last fight with Winky Wright, then Shane Mosley decided it was time to say adios to Dad for the time being at least, and bring in Joe Goosen, who's been exemplary in his corner work and his advice, but it's got to be translated into punching and points. Bit of a bounce now once again in the step of Winky Wright, who got himself caught at the start of the previous round and never really recovered from it and probably lost that round. Good counter punching by Mosley, moved away to his side and then launched a couple of good left hooks, the classic counter for the southpaw, and that's Mosley again. And are they going to get it right this time, the Mosley corner? They say that the second half of the contest is going to belong to him, and back he comes with a thunderous right hand.
Wait on.
Well, he's already had a better fight than the first one. Okay, you know, he complained about having some kind of viral infection or whatever it was, but you know, he's really done himself proud this one.
Well, last time out, Judge Chuck Yampa gave it 117-111, as did Dave Moretti to Winky Wright. Paul Smith gave it 116-112 to Winky Wright. So 6-6-4 the margins. Pretty comprehensive. Good right hand from the champion. Needs it.
Mosley can't afford to back up. His corner's already told him that he's just got to keep trying to push the champion back now. The countdown's begun.
3 more rounds after this one. Well, Winky Wright has really done nothing wrong at all. He's boxed just as cleverly and as comprehensively and efficiently as he did the last time. The challengers put a little bit more into it, so I have a feeling this one is a lot closer. I still reckon Wright's ahead, but Mosley, I'm sure, will aim to change that. He's got 3 more rounds and 45 seconds in which to do it, though. It's starting to liven up. Oh, yes.
Yeah, both boxers there landed full and flush on the chin with good shots. Both acknowledging, though, that they've been caught with the same shot. That's what you call respect.
Little feint. And again. He's trying to tease the man in.
Just for a minute there, Mosley just thought about switching to the southpaw stance. Both boxers just looking urgent now.
Mosley fancies this. Wright said, I don't know what you're cheering about. I'm the man who's in front. I think he may well be, but not by much.
Mosley playing to the crowd.
Well, the crowd are not the people who are scoring this one, remember.
We got to stay busy. That was a good round, just like that. Short stepper. Short stepper.
We need these last three. I'm telling you, man.
Good work, good work. Just like that. Just like that. Keep turning them. Keep turning them.
Straight left there,
relax.
Straight left
Come on.
there, Wink.
Breathe.
We need these last three.
He does not have to stay with you. He's going to try to fake you out like he's got it. He don't have what you have left. Do you understand? I know that as a fact. He doesn't have it. You know it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on,
take a deep breath. We're going to win these.
What a very good round that was. Good footwork there by Mosley, but he went the wrong way, and Wright's left hand came across and landed with the best shot of the round. Mosley a bit on the slow side to come out of the corner, but maybe just using that extra precious second.
It will be Mosley feeling the pressure of this fight. I mean, they're both a little bit tired, obviously, as you would expect. It's been a hard-fought fight, lots of shots thrown, but again, you know, the genetically bigger man in Winky Wright, he'll be the fresher of the two right now.
He's a wee bit taller and he looks a lot leaner. Mosley is much chunkier. Again, those heads bang together. Bit of wildness there in the work of Mosley. Wright stood his ground and made the challenger miss. Oh, good solid left hand from the champion. That's what he was doing early on in the contest, and that's what's caught Mosley. And Mosley all of a sudden looks a wee bit on the tired side. That mouth of his is open.
Yeah, his mouth just dropped wide open. He took two big left hands, but look at the comeback. He just won't be defied. He just won't say no.
Again, Wright backs him up. And again, Mosley has to retreat and come off the ropes. Mosley going to the body.
The confidence that Winky's shown from the beginning of this fight, though, it's still there. Look at his eyes. The determination's just still there. He's so very much alive.
Mosley very dangerous on the counter. Joe Cortez is now having to work very hard. Oh, good right hand. He missed with the left, but he just found the range. He really had to lean into that.
Oh, we've got a big drive coming here from Winky Wright. He's really pushing Mosley on the back foot, trying to get all the resources out of him now. Try and tire him down the home straight.
Well, last time out, Mosley came in with a very good finish, but it wasn't enough. In fact, it was well short of being enough.
Both boxers really giving their all. Oh, low blow.
Gosh.
Let's go.
Well, they're just getting on with it. Solid right hand from the champion and a left from him as well. And again, Mosley digs into the body. This one was spot on the waistband. Just about half a minute remaining to the end of the 10th. That was another good shot from the champion.
It's the champion now is putting together the combinations. You know, stop single shot parting with the single shots, putting punches in bunches, 2, 3, 4 punches. Nice quality work this late on in the fight.
Bring out, let him out. Bring out,
Oozing confidence now, Winky Wright. He's really up on his toes. 10 seconds remaining, and then 6 more minutes. Can Mosley turn the clock back? He's puffing and blowing a little bit. Winky Wright looks in great form and in great shape, and reckons he's got this one. And for the first time, Mosley lets the hand slip to his side. And I'm wondering, is that an acknowledgement of the fact that he knows he's being outworked and outscored?
Stay busy when they're trying to take it. Just stay busy. Now breathe. We just stay busy. We need 2 more rounds just like that. 6 minutes, just like that.
Grease more, grease and eye, man.
Okay. Don't stand still.
Don't stand still.
Keep short stepping it.
Short step, double up on the jab. Get in the left hand. Just stay busy.
Throw them doubles and triples in there like you did that round.
Only rounds he got when you don't beat
You will find it, and you will find it, and you have to start punching short and stiff. You have got to give me 3 minutes this round of you dominating him, not the other way around, not even close. Okay, I need you to put it on him. I need you to back him up and show him who's in charge for the 11th and 12th round. It's so necessary. I'm telling you the honest to God's truth here. Do you believe me? Okay.
Well, Joe Goosen says it isn't necessary. He hasn't really raised his voice at all, but there was a hard edge to it, as if to say to Shane Mosley, you either want this or you don't, and if you do want it, you've got to put in, first of all, 3 minutes in the 11th, and then a final 3 minutes to take this. And it's going to take that and a wee bit more, perhaps, just to wrest these two titles away from the man who's held them with such distinction, Ronald Winky Wright.
All right, stop. Wait.
I think it was a great decision by Mosley, a wise decision to change from having his father in the corner, because, you know, he's taken everything that Goosen says to him and he's taken it to heart, and he knows it was like a father talking to his son almost.
Joe Cortez splits them up yet again. Mosley being a little bit wayward with that right hand of his. Good shot from the champion. Real signs of tiredness now in this round.
All right, stop right there. Come on, guys. Give me 3 now.
Wright's corner said to the man, keep moving. He's a little bit on the static side, and that's not going to do him any good if Mosley can find something from somewhere. As Wright back up on the toes again. Good variation by him.
Well, the pace of the fight hasn't really dropped. Not really, but you've got Mosley now just crying to the referee a little bit, unhappy about something.
Back they come, midway point in this penultimate round. If anything, this has been a better contest than the first one.
Oh yeah, you know, like I say, you know, returns don't often make for a good fight, but this one has surpassed the first one by far, in my opinion.
Wright complaining to Joe Cortez. Not often he does that. Well, he's ducking down, so the fault really is with him at the moment. He knows that. Mosley digging in with that right hand. 1 minute to go. It's getting messy. Understandably, perhaps. They must be very tired.
Both boxers really are to blame for the infringements, you know. Again, slight clash of styles, but nobody's prepared to give nothing now. You know, they've got the dying seconds of this round to go. They've got another 3 minutes after that. They know these last few minutes are so imperative. It's in terms of victory.
Joe Cortez has got himself more in this round than he did in the previous 10.
But that's tiring for both boxers, the fact that the referee has to keep getting between them and keep prizing them apart. It tires you out.
Good solid short little left hand from the challenger, Sugar Shane Mosley. He needs a few more of those. In and out quickly by the champion. Tried to go to the body, draw down the arms of the challenger. Good flurry there at the end from Winky Wright, and a solid looking left hand landed flush on the side of the challenger's face. There's still a lot in this. There's still a bit of venom there. My goodness, I tell you, this last 3 minutes is going to be quite sensational. It could well rest in this. I reckon, however, Winky Wright has got this, and Mosley's going to have to stop him.
Now look, Shane, that was good. You gotta try for that right hand over the top. Do you hear me? Take some deep breaths through your nose. I got it, Joe. I feel good. Okay. All right, here we go.
All right, Shane, last round, okay? Referee, touch him up.
All right, Shane, listen to me.
Keep that jab working. More left hands. He's real frustrated now. He's going for broke, Wink, I'm telling you.
You get your lips up, you get your mouthpiece.
Try to look like you're punching. The ref's going to stop him. I'm going to stay on the ref. But I'm going to tell you right now, you've got to back him up with a little head movement. Don't walk straight in. And I need, it's all right, spit that. I need that right hand over the top. I need that reveal.
Well, in March of this year, there was only one winner, and that was Ronald Winky Wright. Oh, isn't that delightful to see? After 11 solid, uncompromising rounds for the WBC and WBA light middleweight championships of the world, they still have time to show their respect for each other.
Yeah, both boxers want this so bad. You just feel that you know, with Mosley at least, you know, he knows in his mind that he's, you know, a little bit behind in this fight and would need the knockout now to win, but I just can't see him knocking this kid out, Winky Wright. Winky's just been too big, too strong, too accurate, too persistent.
It's been a lot closer than the last one. Mosley's really going for this one. He had a great final round last time out. He needs that and a bit more, but time is not on his side. 2 minutes remaining. Wright really just has to keep moving and stabbing out that southpaw. Right hand of his, and keep that watertight defense as good as it has been all the way through. Nearly 24 outstanding rounds of boxing these two have given us. Well, here we go into the last half of this, the last round. Wright looking a little bit on the tired side, perhaps for the first time. Solid left hand from him. Mosley really having a go at him, and he really has to have a go at him. Wright again not happy about something or other. Bit wobbly-legged. Here comes Sugar Shane.
How can they sustain this in the last round? This is fantastic. But
this has been a great contest.
Yeah, you see Mosley there just holding on with the right arm, just tying him up there, Winky Wright.
Good solid work at the end. Both tired, but both really just running on adrenaline and sheer ambition and will and heart and courage. 30 seconds remaining. Mosley has got to throw everything at this. The work in his corner and the advice has been exemplary. He has not really been able to carry it out perhaps to the way that they would have liked. And Wright will be pretty pleased with this. I think it's going to be very tight, but for me, Winky Wright has got this one. But it's been a cracking contest. De La Hoya, Hopkins, all sorts of people at ringside will have marveled at this. 10 seconds remaining. Last time, I'm sure Joe Cortez will split them up. And then there'll be hugs. Look at this, crowd on their feet. Mosley looking for one last big thing. Winky Wright holds up the hand. Mosley holds up one. Terrific respect between the two of them. But Winky Wright, I think, might just have got this one. Mosley's corner, Joe Goosen in particular, who's done such a good job and has given such splendid, measured, well thought out, constructive advice. Nothing negative, everything positive. Told him what to do all the way through. But has it been enough? I don't think it has been. But this has been another terrific contest. Well, it's going to be down to the three judges at ringside. Tom Kazmarek from New Jersey, from Nevada, Dwayne Ford, Hubert Earl from Nova Scotia, Joe Cortez in world title bout 167, not scoring this one.
Yeah, I just feel that, you know, Winky Wright was the boss. Just kept, you know, just kept his nose in front, but behind that well-educated jab. Sean Mosley had his moments in the fight where he threw nice clusters of punches, but, you know, it just wasn't really enough, not for me. You know, he needed a knockdown, he needed a cut, he needed something to swing the fight in his favour. But whenever he got on top, this man came back at him and dominated.
Inconsistency was Mosley's problem. He got in and out, but really didn't keep the pressure on. This is going to be very close, a lot closer than the previous one, but I do believe that Winky Wright has kept his titles. Hug from Mosley, from his dad, and here's the decision.
The Mandalay Bay, we go to the scorecards. Hubert Earl scores the contest 114 to 114. He has it even.
My word.
Tommy Kazmarek and Dwayne Ford both had it 115 to 113 to the winner by majority decision, and still recognized as the undisputed super welterweight champion of the world, Winky Wright.
Well, Shane Mosley might have had a case, but it really wasn't a particularly strong one. And the winner by majority decision, 2 rounds, with one judge giving it even. And the holder of both the WBC and WBA titles, Ronald Winky Wright.
spirited and even tougher fight than the first one?
Well, he went home and he worked on what he did on the first time. I give it to him. He gave a great fight this time. I still thought I caught him more, but he was standing up. He was a great fighter. Like I said, I'm glad to been fighting Shane Mosley. He's a great fighter. He deserved the rematch, and I gave it to him.
Have you had a tougher fight than this?
I don't really know. That was a very good fight. Shane came to fight. He did a lot. You know, he had better defense this time. I take my hat off to him. He's a great fighter. I love him. I'm glad to give him my opportunity. I give it back to him. I do. Bernard and De La Hoya, me and Shane need to do it again.
What happened early in the fight when you got nailed and you decided to show him that you could take his punch and drop your hands? What was the point?
Nah, it was just I wanted to let him know he couldn't hurt me, but he got a good punch. But you know, I just feel that I've been hit with bigger punches. But he's a great fighter. He got all the heart in the world. I take my hat off to him, and I just want to show I can take a punch.
Where do you think you're going to go from now? My understanding is you believe you don't have a manager now, you don't have a promoter now, you're free to go anywhere. What's your choice?
I want Tito Trinidad. He looked the best out of everybody to me. You know, I just think me and Felix would be a very great fight. And then me and Bernardo De La Hoya, you know, whoever want to fight me, I want them three. And then, like I said, I'd love to get Shane another shot because I think this was a great fight. I think the fans loved it, and I want to get the fans what they want to see.
Thank you very much again. Congratulations.
Thank you. Hold on, I want to say
fight.
what's up, St. Pete, everybody home Tampa. We did it, baby. DC, holla.
All right. Okay. Shane, you came with a little bit more tonight. What was the difference for you between the first fight and this one?
Well, the first fight, you know, I didn't have as much energy. This time I had more energy. As you can see, you know, they coming to the last, towards the last part of the round, I had him on the toes, moving around, getting away from me because I was hurting him with shots, body shots. And at the end of the fight, I was stronger than he was. But you know, things happen. I mean, the referee, the judges gave it to the champ. I don't know.
They gave the last round is what he's trying to say.
Yeah,
we thought he definitely won the last
round. Yeah, you know,
round.
I was on the attack. You know, I had him clinching and holding and running for dear life. And, you know, I mean, those things happen.
What makes him so tough for you?
Well, I mean, he's pretty tough because he has that great right jab, the southpaw jab, and the southpaw stance. And it makes it a little tough to get inside and pick him with the different shots and stuff. But, you know, he's a hell of a southpaw, hell of a fighter, and, you know, he gave it all his hard stuff. But, you know, I still, you know, thought I won the fight. But, you know, those things happen, so we move on.
All right, Shane, based on this fight, even though you've been losing more fights lately than winning, do you feel boosted in some way that people are not going to say it's all over for Shane? What do you think of where your career could be right now?
Well, you know, like I said, that fight, you know, I really thought I won the fight, and people understand and know that, you know, I was in there giving it my all, and that's what I come to do. You know, when they see me fight, I fight, give my 100% all, and then you're going to get a good fight.
All right, I saw Oscar De La Hoya the other night. He said that he weighed about 150. He thought he might go back down to welterweight if some opportunity that he liked came up there. Any thought on your part of moving back down where you were more effective?
I don't think so. I think that my weight is at 154. But, you know, you never know. I mean, I got to get in the gym and work out and see how I can do things. But I think that 54 is my weight, though.
So does this fight and the result encourage you to go on or discourage you because you lost again?
Well, it encouraged me because I felt that I won, and it encouraged me because I did a great job. Went out there and I banged with the banger and I boxed with him, and you know, I think I got a lot more solid shots in than he did. You know, he got a lot of straight shots in too. But my punches were solid and they were straight. I got a lot more punches in and a lot more cleaner shots, harder shots than he did. He just basically boxed.
Well, it's always good to have a fight that goes to the very last round, and you can't say definitively which way it's going, and that was so much better than the first contest,
John,
wasn't it?
What a good fight that was. That really was. It was technically terrific. The two guys really had to dig deep, and on my scorecard, that really did go down to the last round. I think if you gave that to Shane Mosley, on my scorecard, that would have been a draw. And I had Wright just edging that last round, and it was as close as that. It was a terrific fight, and Mosley is a long, long way from being finished. I think. Well, I'd pay good money to see that fight again. I thought it was terrific.
And as with these things, you could almost put good money on the fact that there will be another rematch.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a simple third fight, because the bottom line is that Mosley can't go anywhere and make that type of money, the money you would get for a third fight. It's simple. Now, Winky Wright will actually want to put in a better performance, because as technically gifted as Winky Wright is, as John says, you know, most of his fights, you know, he spent like 5 years on the road. You know, this is not a guy that's really in love. You know, the American public are not really in love with Winky Wright. So if he could get Mosley out of his hair, then possibly there's that big fight down the line with De La Hoya or Trinidad. Everyone wants De La Hoya, everyone wants Trinidad. They're the cash cows in boxing anywhere around that weight.
But why would Wright want to fight him again? Because he's beaten him twice, and he wants to move on.
It's one of those situations where probably a Mosley Trinidad or a Mosley De La Hoya fight appeals to the public more than a Wright De La Hoya fight. You know.
Manuel, you were